Hello, criminal justice enthusiasts, and welcome back to The Darkest Files. So, I believe we're on our last interview here with the boyfriend. I'm very intrigued by this one because the person I suspect that was really behind most of this has said that he was the one to call the police. I do have a way of
Good
checking
morning,
that
Miss
at a point,
Katz.
but I want to hear
Good
what he has
morning,
to
Miss
say
Katz.
first.
Miss Katz, good morning.
Yeah, she's really saying good morning today.
Miss Katz, good morning.
Alright, so she doesn't have anything else to say. Got it. Well, let's go check our inbox. Mr. Wolf Kirchman will arrive soon. Mr. Peters wants to talk to you, scoffed when I suggested he can ask you himself. Mr. Bowers requests an update after the last witness. Asked me to remind you about the warrant. Alright. I dug this up from the files regarding the trial of Miss Kazmierek. It appears that as Julius Haas was investigating Anna's background, someone had been feeding him quite unsavory rumors. To the office of Julius Haas. During our investigation into Anna Kazmierek, we received the following anonymous letter. Whomever wrote it seemed to know the accused well. Perhaps looting was not the first crime she committed. Having for years the displeasure of being acquainted with Anna Kazmierek, I feel morally obliged to inform Your Honor of her depraved character. Anna Kazmierek never had any regard for the law. She's a vile and evil woman. Her closest acquaintances, if not friends, are criminals. For over 3 years she was in the employ of Walter Hentz, a man who I am sure Your Honor does not know. For who would know a man who has women to do the unspeakable? I believe I am making myself clear as to what Anna Kazmierek's so-called work entailed. As a result of her promiscuous lifestyle, she has at least one occasion committed the most heinous crime. She is a child murderer. Anybody who was ever in contact with her can attest to the fact that she maintains contacts with these Engelmacher people, these abortionists, these murderers. Furthermore, I'd like to bring to the attention of the purity of her blood, or the lack thereof. Anna Kazmierek claims that she is of Germanic descent, but I have heard from credible sources that, in fact, her parents were Poles. Anna Kazmierek is a Slav in disguise, which I think does help to understand the ease with which she could commit such vile acts. Thank you for your noble attempt to bring Anna Kazmierek to justice. Yeah, that sounds a lot like the wonderful person I just interviewed in the last episode. Alright, we'll add that to the case file. Christianity over communism. Following the CDU's victory in September's elections, Chancellor Adenauer expressed gratitude to his voters, stating that Germany has rightfully chosen Christian democracy over socialist ideology, reiterating his stance from the campaign trail. We are firmly determined that the SPD shall never come to power, he declared, stating that an SPD victory would lead to Germany's downfall. The Chancellor emphasized that voters have spoken with proven Western alignment rather than dangerous socialist experiments. Yugoslav leader offers third way between East and West. Belgrade, communist dictator Marshal Tito claims Yugoslavia can serve as a bridge between East and West, praising his nation's unique, self-managing socialism model. In a carefully staged address, Tito boasted of improving relations with both Western powers and Soviet bloc nations. While highlighting Yugoslavia's economic success, observers note his regime remains firmly communist despite its break with Moscow. Western diplomats remain skeptical of Tito's claimed neutrality. Alright, I'll get back to this in just a second. Oh great, I put that into my case file evidently.
Wolfgang Kirchmann has arrived.
What's your impression of him?
He's obviously uneasy. He's in his army uniform and appears quite agitated.
Hardly surprising. High time. I'm coming.
Alright, I do want to see what that was though that I just put away there because... Alright, we've got new stuff for suspects. Alright. Miss Katz, I wanted to reach out once more and offer my apologies if I should have been untoward or less than helpful at the end of our meeting. I did not mean to question, however it may have appeared, the validity of you or your esteemed colleagues' work in this way. On the contrary, I wholeheartedly agree with Dr. Bauer. We have a duty as a people to right the wrongs of the past, to truly put them behind us. It is in the spirit of truth and reconciliation that I choose to write to you. I want to provide some more context about poor Anna. She had a very difficult lot in life. Parents who abandoned her, our city lost in fire. She was forced to do unspeakable things in life, things for which I may have judged her harshly back then, but which I now see were perhaps necessities in a life lived in misery. From my heart, I thank you for your noble attempt to bring justice for Anna. Amelia Becker. Noble attempt. And if you wonder why I hesitate on that, thank you for your noble attempt to bring Anna Kazmarek to justice. Anonymous letter. Yeah, Becker is definitely guilty. There's no question on that. I am curious what I have that said Klaus died. Yeah, it just says he retired, but then I later in the case said he died. I don't remember hearing that. Anyways, let's get to the interview, then we'll see where we go from there. See what Paula thinks.
Wolf Kirchmann. Finally. What is he like?
He does not want to be here. Not at all.
But we knew that already.
He's a military man through and through. Proud, hurt, angry.
Lovely.
Good luck with this one.
Thank you, Paula.
I have a feeling maybe Amelia is telling the truth.
Anything to report, Constable Marlene? All in order? That's what I like to hear. Oh, hello, Marlene. Oh, I'm glad you are so cooperative.
Especially before a
hello, Marlene.
hard interview. Nice to pet the cat.
Meow.
Alright, good words of encouragement.
Mr. Kirchmann, good morning.
Oh,
The rank is Hauptmann.
I'm gonna keep it pleasant for now.
Of course, Hauptmann Kirchmann. I apologize.
Yeah, let's go ahead and cut to the chase.
I'll just cut to the chase.
Do.
I wanted to talk to you about the case of Anna Kazmarek. I believe you're familiar.
Yes, I am. Haven't you all done enough to her?
I need you to tell me about Anna's arrest.
Very well, since you need me to.
He doesn't seem nervous to me, just sort of a jerk.
It hadn't even been a week since the Brits left the town on fire. We were all there. Anna and Heidi, a friend of ours, had just returned from work.
Alright. Also, let me check. So we need 24 more things we're supposed to find. Great. Alright, well let's go with him first.
What happened then?
What happened? You know it damn well already.
Well, he's gonna be helpful, I can see.
And why were you at the shelter on that particular morning?
I was visiting Anna.
Could you be more specific?
I was there to check on Anna and help her in whatever way I could. She was tired after her shift, she and her friend. I offered to take care of them. I do not expect a woman of your position to understand it, but she did just lose her home.
That's a fair point.
Did you salvage anything from your old home?
No, of course not. We had just evacuated all those places. Scavenging them would be highly illegal.
I didn't ask about scavenging, just...
I didn't.
Huh.
How would you describe Heidi's relationship with Miss Kazmirek?
Closer than sisters, those two. Inseparable. Except for... when Anna was with me, of course.
Okay. Not seeing anything else in here for now.
What did a regular day at the shelter look like?
Interesting
I'm
that
hardly
this
the
is
right
here.
person to ask. I didn't live there. Wasn't there all the time. I only visited when I could see Anna.
All right.
I'd say it was rare for a soldier not to be in active duty at the time. What were you doing in Brunswick?
What was I doing? I was back from the front. My friend's dead, my city gone. What was I doing? You tell me.
He is a bitter person. A very bitter person.
What can you tell me about Emilia?
A snake. A proud one too. Always thought herself better, above everyone else.
Not gonna talk to him about their friendship, evidently, right now. Felt like I got caught on something there. That's alright. And the picture of him and Anna is not there yet. So alright, let's go ahead and start the main memory.
I had just stepped out to the kitchen when she started it all. Becker, that snake. I could hear her out in the hallway on the phone.
I'd have to get that. Let's go on.
Did you hear what she said?
Not enough to understand her plan. She was talking with the police, reporting a stolen suitcase. If only I had heard her say Anna's name.
Oh.
What happened to you during the bombing?
My family was lucky enough to quickly find their way to one of the bunkers. Myself, I didn't join them. With all hell breaking loose, I stayed to help evacuate the others.
Tell me about Heidi.
Anna's best friend. Only friend. Other than me. Hot-headed, loud-mouthed, headstrong. Always had to be right. That she had in common with Anna.
Was there anybody else in the house at that time?
I can't account for everyone. These were cramped quarters. But Becker, Grunwald, Anna, and me, we were around.
How were the tasks divided among the people in the shelter?
They had some system, but I wouldn't know. Each day there were different tasks Anna would have to do, both for herself and her mother. I took over whenever she'd let me.
Huh. Seems like he cares about her, but his actions
What
since
can
he
you
got
tell me
here.
about the conflict between Miss Kazmarek and Emilia?
Snake hated her, and that's putting it mildly. I don't know why, but she really did, to the point of wanting her dead. To the point of getting her killed.
Yeah, as I said, I don't know. A lot of what he's saying is what I expected him to say, but I'm not sure I trust him fully because of his attitude. Like, with Heidi, I understood she didn't trust police. That made sense.
Were there any conflicts between the shelter's inhabitants?
Other than the Becker snake and her vendetta against Anna? No. Not that I know of.
Alright, I think that's all for now.
For once, the officers didn't take long to arrive. Figures. 2 of them, protective police. A tall, weedy imbecile, and an older man with a mustache. He seemed to be in charge. I tried to stop them, asked them what was it all about. Why were they there? They were less than forthcoming.
Now, the officer doesn't give that same statement. He said that he was helpful along with her. Starting to believe they might have been in on it together.
What next?
Becker pointed them to Heidi's room. They locked themselves in with the girls, refused to let me join them. And I was so busy worrying about them, I didn't even think I should keep my eye on Becker.
Why? What did you do?
She sneaked off to Anna's room with that damned suitcase. I
Oh.
should have noticed, realized it. I should have stopped her. What a fool I was.
Well, we know that's a lie. But he might not have known it was a lie. That's the thing.
What do you remember about the officers?
The older one reeked of cigarettes, had a mustache, glasses, was clearly the one in charge. How a person with that little respect for his duty got to his position is beyond me. As for the tall imbecile, an insecure greenhorn trying to put on airs, desperate to prove his authority.
Nice.
All that while looking as if he never hit puberty. Would have been funny if not for...
So we sort of know that it's the smaller officer, not Wagner, who smokes. I remember we're going to have to look at the neighbor's thing again, because she talked about smoking with an officer. I think that might play a part now. Anything else in here? Not for now. Maybe as the story continues. Because we still got 11 more to go.
I'm not sure how much time had passed before they opened the door. The tall one, he dragged Heidi out to the kitchen. He was done with playing nice.
Oh, this is a different story than we've heard from anybody.
What did he do?
He shoved Heidi towards us, hurling threats and insults. pathetic. He demanded we told him which room was Anna's. Becker didn't hide her excitement as she showed him.
Yeah, that's not the one that Heidi said went in the room. So, why is he lying with Wagner?
How did everyone else in the kitchen react to this?
Heidi was livid. She was screaming at that Schupo boy, daring him to lay one finger on her. She knew it wasn't right what they were doing to Anna. Oh, and Becker was smiling that little, arrogant smile of hers. How could I have been so blind?
Huh. Yeah, there's definitely some parts of his story I don't believe. Heidi is the one I trust the most because I don't think she had any part to play in what went on.
What did the Kazmireks have with them?
Not a long list. And in all honesty, at this point, I don't even remember.
Tell me about Teresa Kazmirek.
She seemed a kind woman. Weird, withdrawn, but kind. The few times she actually spoke with me, she told us some stories from back, wherever she was from. Somewhere east, would be Poland.
Where was her father?
Dead. Passed away when Anna was 5. She told me she could barely remember him.
Did Miss Kazmirek have any previous encounters with the police?
No. My Anna was nothing like that.
What can you tell me about your family's situation before the bombing?
Nothing that would concern you. I'd only just returned to the city, got a leave from service. Spent most of that time with Anna. All the time she could spare.
What can you tell me about your relationship with Miss Kazmirek?
What am I supposed to say? The hell do you want to hear? We were together, in love, planning to get married once all that nightmare was over. We were happy.
How did Miss Kazmirek come to know Mr. Hens?
She used to work for him, same with Heidi. He was quite a well-known man among the locals, respected, dependent. From what I've heard, he took in Anna's mother after it was all done.
You said the Kazmireks were from somewhere east?
Yes, their origin was important for her, having grown up on her mother's stories. She always said she wanted to visit their former hometown. The way she talked about it sounded like she even wanted to live there.
What was your relationship with Emilia Becker?
There's nothing to talk about.
But you did know her?
Yes, of course I did. It was hard not to know the snake. But there was no relationship to speak of.
Can't deal with those papers. Have to wait on it for right now, I guess. We got 2 more left
So
to go.
there we were. Me, Heidi, and Becca. 3 friendly neighbors, just waiting for the sky to fall. At least the 2 of us. For Becker, it must have been Christmas. What could we do? All we needed was one good look at Becker to understand the whole thing. It was her. She planned all of it. This was how she finally got rid of Anna.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing with him, at least in large part on that.
What makes you so sure it was all part of Emilia Becker's plan?
You weren't there. You didn't know her like I did. She was beaming, radiant, just full of herself. A pity we didn't get the time to confront her.
Why? What stopped you?
The police boy came out of Anna's room, grinning. He had a suitcase. The suitcase.
Still think that part's wrong.
What did the three of you do then?
Becca struck immediately. Said the suitcase was hers, that Anna took it from her house, from the ruins of her house. That Anna was a looter, a traitor to the nation. And Heidi? She kept it together. As soon as she heard Becca's lies, she took off to get help. Smart. Wish I could say the same about myself. It didn't change anything in the end.
Alright. So, we'll check this suitcase here.
The suitcase. What can you remember about it? Had you seen it before?
No, never. No one's ever seen it before. No one.
Why does he say no one? Huh. That part sort of strikes me there. Makes me wonder. I'm gonna have to look at the evidence here, definitely.
Then it's all a blur. Like when I was at the... I couldn't think straight. I couldn't really think at all. I remember barging into Anna's room.
Hauptmann Kirchmann, I have to ask. Is it possible Anna did in fact loot something?
I'd appreciate if you stopped insulting her memory. And no, it's not possible.
I feel like he had some part to play, but I don't know why he would do it.
Why did you go to Anna's room?
I was trying to find something, anything to prove she was innocent, that it was Becker all along. She must have left something behind. She had to. I tossed around everything, pulled out every drawer.
Did you find anything to prove Emilia Becker meddled with Anna's room?
No, of course not. We wouldn't be sitting here if I did. Next thing I know, I was back in the kitchen. Alone. And I could hear them.
You say them. What did you hear exactly?
Behind the door. Behind the damn door. They wailed on her. Both of them. Again and again. They called her trash, a looter, a whore, a parasite, a pest. The walls there were so thin, I could hear it all.
I apologize, this must be very difficult, but did you see Anna Kazmarek when she came out of the room?
I did. They had to carry her out. She was barely conscious. And her face, my Anna's face, they must pay.
How long did that beating last?
I don't know. I don't know.
Interesting, so I'm going above the number we needed.
Was anybody else still there?
It's fuzzy. I don't think so, no.
I think that's really interesting. We can go above the number we needed on the investigation.
What then? Did you do anything?
Don't hate that.
No. No. We're done here. We're fucking done here. Is this a joke to you?
Before you furiously storm off, there's one more document I'd like to ask you about.
I'm not.
You will want to see it. According to it, you already admitted your guilt. Can you tell me what this man is referring to? This man, your uncle. Did you contact him about Anna's arrest? Did you ask him to help her? Cover for you? What is this plan he refers to?
Idiot.
Excuse me?
She had it all planned and I... Idiot. I have nothing to say to you. You have your proof. I just hope you have enough for that snake as well.
I feel like there's still something missing. I should give more thought to that house search idea.
My thought at this point is he wanted to play hero. That's my honest thought. I think he wanted to be the hero, get his girl in
Heard you
trouble.
have something interesting.
Oh, cuts. Good. Yes, but I don't even know where to start. Best see for yourself.
It wasn't filled out. What am I looking for?
Keep looking. Check the others.
Wait, is that a signature?
And
It's been blocked out.
Are they all empty?
keep going. So,
Yeah, they were pre-signed.
They didn't sign off on false information.
they signed off on no information.
A list in blanco for the wardens to fill out however they wanted. A free ticket to cover up any murder. Any number of murders.
It's incredible. I can't... No, actually, I can very much believe it. Of course that's what they do. Anytime a prisoner was killed for whatever reason. They had this. All that was needed was just to write a lie, and it's already certified. The guards, the administration, the judges, everyone was in on it. Everyone is complicit.
Hopefully we'll get to ask all of this because I'm very intrigued.
Kranich. Who's that? For some reason the name sounds familiar.
Not surprising. He has a law firm in Frankfurt. Bergmann, Kranich and Partner. It's quite well known. I actually got an offer from them. But back in the day, he was actually a judge.
Wait, Bergmann, Kranich and Partner?
Yes,
No. That's... Bergmann's my father's friend. I used to get Christmas gifts from him. My father wanted me to work for them.
good thing you didn't. I don't know about Bergmann, but Kranich was clearly involved.
Well
What
then.
about Judge von Stamm? Are any of these signed by him?
A couple. Just as empty as this one.
Is this the case for all of these reports? Were they all
Pre-signed, cover-up, highly illegal.
all of the above?
Hard to say at this point, to be honest. But I think it's quite likely.
Wow.
Then what now?
Now I have to go to Poland.
Why is that?
That's where these files are from. Breslau. I need to talk to the man who found them. See if he can tell me anything more. If I'm lucky, he might even have some more of these. I also plan to interview a few of my potential witnesses there. I've run into some trouble trying to get them here, so... What's the saying? If the mountain won't come to Muhammad.
I'm gonna say good luck.
What can I say? Good luck.
Thanks. I'll need it. The flight is this Saturday. Sorry I won't be there to see you embarrass yourself in court. But while I'm gone, I asked Paula to give you any files that would arrive from me.
Wait, wouldn't that mean you trust me?
Don't push it. Now, if you don't mind, there's still a lot to do before I leave.
Right. Peters?
Guts? Wait! Thank you.
I have a feeling he may never make it back from Poland. That's just the feeling I get. I have a feeling possibly the last case in the game, like whatever the big buildup will be, is going to be to this case. This one's going to be the hardest and biggest of them all. So, because I think he may die, I'm going to be nice to him this time.
You're welcome.
Right. Good luck with your case, Cuts.
Alright.
Miss Katz.
Thank you, Paula.
Miss Katz. Good. I hope the investigation's proceeding apace.
Despite the previous issue, I must say I feel confident. As of now, the case seems quite clear.
I often thought that, only to be blindsided in court. We must be careful. We must question our decisions. Always, Miss Katz.
Yeah, I still want to
I
do that
understand,
warrant.
Mr. Bauer.
Very well then. I assume the reason for your visit is the warrant we discussed.
Yes.
To have one of the witnesses' houses searched.
Yes, Mr. Bauer.
So I understand you have a finished theory on what had actually happened on the day of the arrest.
Huh. I would say not yet, or I'm suspicious of a witness. I'm not wanting to say I have a finished theory. That doesn't seem right. I'm suspicious of a witness, I think
I'm
is what I'm
just
going to go with.
particularly interested in one of my witnesses. I suspect they know more than they let on.
I see. This is the only chance, Miss Katz. We will not be able to get a warrant for another house search. I suggest you make sure your decision is the correct one.
It is.
I'm sure of my decision, Mr. Bauer.
Very well, I'm listening. Who should we get a warrant for?
We want it for Amelia Becker. The friend doesn't have anything of interest. The officer wouldn't have kept anything from it. Possible the boyfriend would have, but the fact that Amelia was writing those letters anonymously makes me think it's her.
Emilia Becker, the neighbor. Let's search her.
Let's see what comes of it. Good luck, Miss Katz.
There's nothing left for me to do. I should call it a day.
Alright. Hopefully I'm correct. I feel like I am. I think that I made the right choice there. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and end this episode here. If you enjoyed the video, please go ahead and click that like button. If you've not already, please subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon, so that you're aware when I produce new videos in the future. Thank you, and I hope to see you all back for more of The Darkest Files.